Okay.
Love your little octopus guy.
That didn't sound very good.
What, the octopus guy?
I love your octopus guy. Oh. So it's pretty simple once she gets it going. The hard part is...
Yeah, originally just because you have to each one individually, you have to actually set the audio for every one of them. If you forget, then there's going to be a blank spot. The longest part is, yep, just setting it up.
Let me put us back. I'm interviewing George today, guys. My own producer.
First time ever, huh?
First time ever. Oh, hold on. There you are now. Am I with you?
We should be in together.
Okay. So what this is, it's behind the scenes of us at the station doing a show.
That's right.
It's a show about doing a show.
Show doing the show.
The show doing the show, exactly.
And we have no idea what we're talking about.
Nothing.
No.
But we do know that on our show, we have an adult disclaimer.
That's right.
Today, yeah.
That you can't hear right here. We got to figure out, too, how to
We'll hook into the board.
hook into the board and the sounds. Maybe we could practice that today. Oh.
You got a message from Facebook
I know.
on the bucket list.
I put a few things on there today, but you know.
How comes I can't hear myself? Why can't it? I'm just messing with you.
I haven't turned it on.
Oh, that's right. Would help. I forgot to tell you to turn the power button on the.
Well, you haven't done that?
No, I didn't do that.
I've never turned the power button on.
It's right in the back. Little plug right there. There you go.
There we are.
There we are.
And then I like mine loud.
Mm.
George knows that.
Yeah, we're gonna punch you up here now.
We do need to figure out how many shows I've done.
Wow, that means I actually got to go back and count. I haven't learned to count to 10. So
Michael
I'm
said
10 in
that
a set.
Michael and I alone have done over 130 shows.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. Can we give a mic check just to make sure we're on?
Check, check. Ooh, I like the sound of me right there.
Testing
Yeah.
1 2. Testing 1 2.
Hi.
Wow, that was. Yeah.
By the way, the last show that we did, was the sound okay? Remember I kept going, we had static.
Yeah, it was this the blind guy at night does a show. He messed the backboard. That's why that's setting there. I placed it.
The blind guy.
Ding.
I can't hear you. Go.
You have me up on 1.
You're on
Now.
3?
Oh,
Yay.
there we go. Now you can hear me.
I can hear him.
Now I've got that gruffly voice coming in.
Yeah. We should have brought beers in the show, but I
Yes,
don't
we
think we're
should
going to
have.
need them today. To bring you all up on Hang With over here, my sweetheart of a producer has been on social media, on his Facebook, and really speaking, coming out from the scenes,
Yeah.
which your glasses aren't as dark anymore. Oh, that's what I was going to do.
Are you going to wear your glasses?
I didn't know, because who knows what you're going to say today.
I don't know.
Here we go.
You remember when you used to wear black sunglasses?
I still have them here somewhere. I just, I've kind of graduated. I'm getting rid
Graduated
of,
to yellow.
yeah, I'm getting rid of some of that self insecurities I've had, and I can actually
Exactly
look
my
people in the
point.
eyes now. Yeah.
George was very insecure for a little while, a long while, and what is amazing is his way of releasing a lot of the stuff. Well, you'll see. Let's go live.
Yeah, what did this line?
Why do I have to repeat this?
Here we go.
What you're missing on Hang With It right now is like dun 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 dun. But
Views and
they're
opinions, yeah, that sort of thing.
oh wow! It sounded like it was a recording, but it was you.
There we go. They can't hear it, but we can.
The language of an adult language.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net. Here we go.
Except for today.
Except for today.
Today we have the owner, creator of alltalkradio.net right here in the studio, and I am interviewing him. And this is all stemming from, because George we were just giggling right before we started here. George used to be behind the panel, wearing very dark sunglasses,
All the time.
very behind the scenes guy. And I'd say recently in the past 6 months, you, especially with Rise Festival, you started like chiming in more. You did some shows with Brett and people.
Yeah, there was some stuff I did do.
Never like with us though, and now I have you here today. We have made this social media, should I call you a mogul? What would that be? Social media
Mogul.
mogul.
Mogul, yeah.
Never used that word in a sentence before, believe it or not.
First time I've done it too, so we're both virgins at that.
You have had radio here in Las Vegas for over 13 years before you were the first person to bring,
Yeah, we were the first people to actually bring out internet radio the way it's done today. Yeah, before that, I actually worked in regular radio stations across back in the East Coast. And I moved out here, and I got into actually, instead of being a personality on the air, I became a board op behind a board at a local radio station here. And when I did that, I worked there for about 4 years. I just seen there was a different way. There had to be a different way to do this because people were AM was dying, bottom line.
Well, we're in the car today, and now I don't even listen to radio if I'm in the car because I've got XM.
Pandora, anything.
Sierra, I love Pandora.
Everybody loves Pandora.
Yeah, as soon as Pandora came out, I stopped listening to that. So long story short, the theme of our show today is getting George on the panel because not only did he bring that internet radio to Las Vegas like this, he is taking social media like Facebook to a whole new level. And why I contacted him today is his rants showing his feelings on Facebook, getting several thousands of views, has really interested me because I've been a journalist now 16 years.
That's quite a long time.
16 years. And I was never really allowed to have a feeling or a personality. I was Tiffany Masters' personality. So when I see you rant. When I see you rant.
Too. What the hell?
Yeah, we all rant. And when I see you rant like this, I'm like, yeah.
I think that's it. I think I give people the voice that they're looking for. I'm just not afraid to do it.
Howard Stern did it, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's about time, and now we've got it on Facebook. There's some people that hate him, and then there's others that love him.
Yeah.
I was the first one to preach at him as a relationship advisor here on my talk show that I have on All Talk Radio called Waking Up in Vegas. You never throw your dirty underwear out on your lawn.
As a matter of fact, I remember that car ride that night, too. You're like, George, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I was like, I really don't know. I'm just
ranting,
going off. I just didn't want to hold it in.
But as much as they hate you, you're also making an impact of how much people are loving you because you are getting other people motivated and inspired to say, okay, it gets annoying on Facebook when people have a social status like, like constantly boo hoo, such and such is breaking up or blah, blah, blah. But you and I got annoyed of all of the girls with the Louis Vuittons, the red bottom shoes, and the validation of these guys with every picture of these girls. You're on there lighting up a cigarette and like, you don't like it? We've already said this too. The adult disclaimer's been up.
Oh, it's ready to run, yeah. I say it. I say fuck you. If you don't like it, fuck off. Bottom line, because you know what? This is my life, my opinion.
It's your wall.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, don't follow George.
It's that simple. I mean, it's not rocket science here. All you got to simply do is either let it scroll by. If you do like maybe some of the things I put up, ignore some of the stuff you don't like. It's that simple. It's not rocket science.
We are an entire complete reality show that is on media today. Yeah. The Kardashians really doesn't have a lot on what people are really doing in this Sin City, for sure. But at the other side, most of these posts that you're seeing are fake.
Yeah.
They only want to show you what they want you to see.
I'm not about being fake.
Not at all.
No, because, if I'm being fake, I'm not being true to myself. If I'm not being true to myself, then am I really getting out what I'm thinking? Hell no. I'm out there to impress everybody else. Well, guess what? I've got someone else to impress, and that would be me. I've got someone inside of me that needs to come out, and people need to know what it is because a lot of us have that. A lot of us are afraid to come out because we're either in an entertainment business or we've got a job that may be looking at us or we have somebody watching
Absolutely.
over us.
But I will say, I'm very concerned about this. Very concerned. They will find us. Yeah. If George ever goes to apply for any kind of thing,
I'm screwed.
George is screwed.
I'm flat out screwed.
Yeah.
But you know what?
We've got our board back here going, yeah. You've got a lot of people like, and my advice to you is tone it down a little, but all the hype has taken you from behind the scenes over there.
Right.
Sunglasses off.
Yeah.
Being you, being real, and telling as it is.
Who I am, and that's a great thing because you know what?
Well, you're hurting. What you've done is you're hurting in a past breakup relationship.
Yeah, recently.
You were telling me today. You were telling me today, though, you trusted in that relationship. You trusted that it would always be there. Mm-hmm. You're okay not putting up those happy memes. Oh, have a nice day. Life is not like that. Occasionally, you're going to have pee in your Cheerios.
Yeah, and I don't take a picture of any of my food. I have not put one picture of a hamburger I've eaten or a steak anywhere. You know, if you want to put them up, that's fine. I don't mind looking at them. Some of them look crappy. I'll tell you the honest truth. You know, some of them might be like, oh God, you're actually going to eat that damn thing?
So on your video blogs, you know, you'll say that.
Yeah.
You come, you talk to your followers, your friends. You're like, I'm hurting today, and I feel betrayed. This is what I'm going to do about it. You don't want to hear about this? Keep on floating down. Scroll right by.
Scroll right by me.
But right now, today, what you said empowered me to say, George, we need to go talk.
Right.
And I'm pissed too.
Yeah. And
I'm pissed with the fact that we can't be ourselves.
right.
And I've always got to have that happy bucket list
I have been
face
out
on
with you
me.
on how many events, and I've watched you, and I sit back and I think, wow, you know, here's Tiffany. You know, she has people that come up to her. You're bubbly. You know, you're there to make sure they're having a good time, and you're being what you have to be at that point in time. But when you get somebody that comes up to you, and I witnessed on more than one occasion, somebody that comes up to a total dickhead, bottom line dickhead, you know, and you still have to remain pleasant to them no matter what you think.
Because
you know?
I can be like yelped.
Yeah, yeah. And
or these false things that are said on the internet about me, or whatever these haters can do. It's very hard with us in the public media like this to be taken one way or the other.
Yeah, and everybody wants to see that person that they believe to be in the entertainment business, that they have their whole persona of what we truly are. And they're wrong. They're bottom line wrong. They're, you know, we may be entertaining you in whatever way, shape, or form that we're doing this, but we're also human. We do have a heart. We do have feelings. You know, we're just not that little blob that you're seeing going by on your phone or whatever else, or your Facebook. You know, we have a life, and that life should be shared with people, bottom line. If you want to see the best in us, you should also want to see the worst in us. You know, we should not have to hide that in, because then we are becoming something we're not. You want fake or you want real? Which is it you'd like?
Yeah. And we are us.
We are who
we are.
That's
why I'm still single in my 40s right now. It's very hard to find somebody that will allow me to be me at all times.
Yeah, I'm 47 years old. I'm single. You know, I've got 2 kids. You know, I'm a single guy. You looking for relationship advice? You send it to me. Hey, I'm going to tell you what it is. You're either an idiot, an asshole, or you're a good person, or you've got a heart. You know, and I'll tell you what it is. You want to send me something? I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to pull no punches with you. Bottom line, that's just the way it's going to be. And I did that with somebody, but she respected what I said. I used her name. I said Annie. And afterwards, she goes, wow. She goes, I watched the video blog. She said, and I felt like a total asshole after that. I was like, well, I wasn't trying to make you feel like an asshole. She said, but yeah, you pointed out some things that I didn't even realize.
Like what?
Well, when she was in a relationship, and the relationship she was in, she got married to this man, and the man started raping her almost instantly. And I'm like, okay, you know, not for nothing, Annie, but if he was raping you instantly, why didn't you do this? I don't know your entire situation. Sometimes that's not easy to do, and I understand that. But what I was saying was, if you were with this man for 5 years, maybe you should have taken a good look at what you were doing and try to find a way out. 5 years is a long time, and I understand that I wasn't there. This guy could have been mentally abusing her, obviously mentally abusing her with it. So I'm sure there was some sort of mental thing going on with her that maybe she felt she couldn't get away.
Right.
But you still do something. And I wasn't going to pull the punch with her saying, hey, look, you were abused. You were abused. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. But what I do need to tell you is, next time this ever comes around, maybe you should look at it differently. Maybe you should think that you give a shit about yourself and don't worry about somebody else. Try to find the best way out.
As columnists, or, you know, I've been a writer for longer than I've been on air, but we have the freedom of speech to actually, you know, have that loud voice to say, wake the fuck up, Annie.
Right.
You know, there is more life out there. You've lived, obviously, 35 years, I'm assuming, on your own before this rapist.
Right.
And you can walk. Meeting people like with a big personality like yourself, you will find a way to help her and get her out.
Right.
So I'm glad that that has happened.
Yeah, and
we all do have a story. She could be trapped in that relationship.
My God, as far as I know, and from what I heard, you know, I don't personally know this lady. I have talked to her after that, though, and we have got a rapport now, you know, and she asks me how I'm doing all the time and how my relationship's going, and I ask her, you know, how it's going with her. But it helped open up her eyes a little bit to see that there are other people out there. You don't have to feel trapped all the time. Don't trap yourself inside yourself.
So give me the negative. So there's a positive that you've helped out there, like voicing out and your aggression there. What has happened to you negatively?
I mostly get a lot of, I'm going to say it, Bible thumpers out there. You guys get a fucking life. My God. I mean, if you're really going to go this way, you know, practice what you preach. And I know I'm a hypocrite. We all are, bottom line, you know, but don't push your bullshit onto me telling me how much of a hypocrite I am when you're being one yourself. Bottom line, I had some people come up and tell me that I was, I need to get rid of anger. I needed to be more godlike. I needed to be this. I needed to be that. That's fine. And I don't mind that. I don't mind the criticism. Give it to me. I can handle it. I'm a big guy. But at the same time, if you're saying that, you're putting out negativity. You're telling me not to put it out.
Right.
But what are you doing?
Right. They're dishing out.
They're dishing out the same damn thing. So you're being a hypocrite right at this point.
Churchism.
Yeah.
It's the word I've heard this week. Churchism.
Yeah. And I have nothing against people with religion. Believe in what you want to believe in.
I met the most beautiful Hindu woman that was obviously Hindu, and then she became Christian, and she's the biggest Jesus follower. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. And then she goes, no, that's churchism. That's a difference.
There was a big difference in that.
She's like, that's churchism. I just said, I'm a fan of Jesus Christ, and he's pretty cool. And he loved all religions. He's hashtag one love, one universe, one love, that kind of thing. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that. Jesusism is
and that's what it should be. I did
but not the church and the corporate.
Because once you start doing that, that's why I put out the one I will kill for my God. Because everybody out there, we look at people as being a separate entity from what we only believe in. So if we believe in it and you do not, we have a right to take your ass out. No, we don't. We have no right to do that. If you believe in that, you should be able to believe in that. Somebody should not come up and tell you, well, if you're not believing what I'm believing, hey, I got a right to kill you. My God says so. That's
Here
bullshit.
Here he goes. Well, we're at 15 minutes, and we wanted to test this out and get this out on the radio waves, the Facebook waves. We've got Ustream, YouTube, we've got Periscope, and we've got Hangwith, and we've got everything. But Facebook seems to be bringing the most viewers and controversy for George today.
Yeah, and that's what like a long time ago.
George Carson, if you'd like to follow him on Facebook.
If you want to follow me, trust me, you might not like what I've got to say, but I will tell you. Bottom line.
Muskrat. Get the earmuffs on.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, a long time ago, I figured that I was one of the first people to actually move this to combine radio with also social media, because I knew that was the direction to take it. I was doing it before anybody else was uploading it and adding it to, and I did it the hard way back then. Now you can just click a button and it moves over to it. But
do you sometimes regret what you're saying? You're like, oh, I'm a dad and maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, because I want my kids to grow up this way. I want my kids to grow up and learn that people have a heart. People should have a damn heart. You should be able to speak from your heart. If you can't, then you're fake. If you're going to be fake, and you're going to be fake your entire life, hey, so be it. That's what you want to be. It's fine.
The biggest, the 4 agreements. Stop assuming everybody is thinking about you, talking about
exactly
you.
Right.
Stop thinking the whole world is all about you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a couple others on the 4 agreements. One of my favorite books, when I'm like kind of brain dead here, but those are my first 2 that I always think of. Tiffany, remind yourself, it's not all about you, and they're probably not thinking of you. So don't be so hard. And
and that's another thing. If we have been programmed to believe that it is all about us. It's been happening for years now. It started with political correctness.
Caring what people think. They're not thinking about you.
Right. And that's it. But we're thinking so much about ourselves. We've been told that our feelings come before anybody else's. It should not always be that way. Your feelings need to come first at times, but so do other people's.
I think that's where my downfall is. I'm never, I've had big people tell me, Tiffany, you're not being selfish, you're being self first. Mm-hmm. And I still can't do it. If you go to LasVegasBucketList.com, you'll see I have dedicated my entire life to give to others, and I will always do that. That's what makes me happy, and I will never change being a philanthropist.
If that's what makes you complete,
that's what completes me. Right. I know that's why I'm on earth, is to think of others.
But but you do have people out there that only think of themselves. Now, if you're doing that, do you leave room for anybody else in your life?
Materialism. They're all into
If you are so in love with you can't compromise with somebody else you may love or somebody else you may meet, because it's all about you. Mm-hmm. You have no more heart left for anybody else but you. So when it comes down to compromising in a relationship, or it comes down to compromising in a friendship, you're not going to do that, because you're using self-preservation. And if you're putting out self-preservation, you're not going to agree with anybody else. You're just going to be about you.
Do you think, and are we going to cut this off so we can go over to Facebook right now, since we're within minutes? Do you think that she's listening to you on the air, on these waves? Are you putting it out there so she's listening to this?
Partially, yeah.
Do you think that most people are trying to comfort themselves in a counseling, like, okay, I just got 100 likes on this. I must be okay today.
I don't know. For me,
I feel like it's counseling our own kids.
yeah, for me.
Or bullying.
What, when you're putting that stuff up? I don't know. When I put it up, I mean, I didn't come out directly and come against her in any way, shape, or form. When I put it out there, I put it out as me being a part of it also. I mean, I can't sit and say that she was the fault for everything. I'm a human too. I made my mistakes throughout that. So I won't come out and attack. I don't believe in going out and attacking somebody. But I will say, hey, look, this is what I did. This is what you did. We can either compromise on this. But I did want to let her know that I still loved and cared about her. And it was the only way I could get it to her. And Facebook was the way. So I did it. There's nothing wrong with that. People will be happy to see, like I said, little lunches roll by every day.
Now, what if you meet a girl, and you will, George?
I'm sure I might someday. I'm hoping.
You can't delete these streams.
But then that person I meet should also realize that I'm a caring, loving person. That I do, when I'm committed to somebody, I'm totally committed. And that's what they should realize. They shouldn't look at it as a way of saying, wow, well, he loved her so much, will he ever? No. What it does mean is when I'm committed, I am a committed person. If I do love you, that means that's who I love.
Do you think it'll turn her off to where she is afraid of your voice being like, oh my God, this could happen to me?
Well, if she does, then she's not the right one for me, is she?
Apparently not.
No.
Apparently not.
No, because I want to be me and I want them to be them. And I want that to be a unit. I don't want that to be, like I told you earlier today, I don't want this, I want this.
Exactly. Yeah. There's
difference.
an ours a we and us.
Yeah.
Mine.
You're your separate person.
That's
They're their separate person. And as you're coming together, it should never be a constant this. As that joint, it should be this. And once it gets together, you notice it goes that way. You should bond together and move forward from that point. You should be able to complement one another enough that you can move on from that point and say, look what we've built together as a couple. If you can't do that and it's all about you and all about you, you're never going to do this to complete that. It doesn't happen.
So what is your next step from here? The blog that he has, the video blog that's out on Facebook right now, is called...
You're So Full of It.
You're So Full of It, which we're looking over at George going, you're so full of it.
I could be, I don't know. Just my opinion, like I always say. This is only my opinion. You don't have to take it. This is what I feel.
It's our way of voicing it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if one day, if it's going to be all video blogs going up there, people stop using statuses, and what originally was just a couple minutes on air, I noticed you were up to 16 minutes, 97 seconds today.
Yeah,
You broke the 15-minute point.
I'm actually one of the first people to actually start doing it this way, too. I mean, you've seen people come up with a quick little video camera of them saying, hey, look, I'm over here, I'm over there.
Oh, my God. I'm so annoyed. Guys, okay. My turn to rant.
I want to hear this one. Woo-hoo.
You know where I'm going with this one.
I know where you're going.
George gets letters weekly, every week, about coming on one of my shows. Where have you been since I was studying journalism? In 1990s, okay? In 1993, remember AOL?
Oh, I remember
You Got
AOL.
Mail?
Yes, I remember.
And I was doing internet and what you call blogging today. We had chat line. Remember the chat? But everything would go like this.
IRC and all those.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And what really pisses me off is this week, while somebody's digging through, taking all my stuff I give away in my garage.
Right.
She has the audacity to say, if I Googled you, what would I find? Like,
Really?
I'm pretty sure there's probably something up there you wouldn't. I don't know what you've done.
I would have said,
Like,
probably
I'm
make
a
pictures
live
of how to
open
put them
book
up
since
there.
1993. I've been open book in journalism and everything I have, in radio, TV, reality shows, movies, not porn. That's another fucking misconception out
Put up
there.
there, huh?
Jesus! No! Oh, I hate people. So this gives us a chance to say, come on, get over yourself.
Yeah.
God.
That's what the whole thing's about.
So no, I'm not inviting no names on this show because I've worked too damn hard being a real journalist, getting kidnapped twice, going through foreign countries, doing what I do to be a writer who I am today. Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's just last year I'm like stuck at the border up in Canada because I'm with some fucking dumb shit that I let on the show.
Smuggling things. Yeah.
Oh God.
That was I remember he was like, oh
I'm
my
like,
God, texting
oh
me.
my
I
God.
think we're going. I'm like, whoa.
I'm like, she's been busted for some smuggling. What's a drug mule, George? What is this?
Wow.
After Biters, yeah. So yeah, I forgot about that one. Got to write the next book on this. But what I'm saying is, we have done our dues. We have paid our dues. I've traveled the world. You have started so many things, from being a radio station here for, back then it was 13 years. You're going on up to 15, but now everything is internet. Yeah. And you're amazing, and you're finally up here front and center.
Yeah, it's time. Like I said, how I got started the video blog was I actually was looking for a new way to take All Talk, which was video blogging and turning these videos into little tiny videos that would be little instant shows that would just appear instantly on everything, with the professionalism of making it look like a show but a mini show.
Right.
You know, and I did my first test, and I just simply said what I thought of transsexuals, and it wasn't nothing offensive. It was my opinion. You know, if you're going to get something snipped off,
the Caitlin.
Yeah, if you're going to get something snipped off, you don't know. Maybe you change your mind once. You might want to keep it for a little bit longer. You may find another girl.
Oh, then you're like, oh
shit,
don't know. It's too late now.
Yeah, it's gone now. What are you going to do?
But you know what? Our boards back here in the station are laughing at him right now. But it's true. And it's your own.
She's like, whoa.
It's a true thing.
It is.
You know, I think that we should start something, George, especially with all new media. We've been all talk radio, but things have changed. Where maybe we should start producing some shows out there for social media, little 10, 15-minute snippets that if somebody wants to come in and has anything to say, we could produce it and put that up on their social medias for them. Yeah, maybe blogging their own companies. Doesn't have to be a crazy rant like me getting upset over like what you think you know about me.
Right. And mine, like I said, that was an accident. Started up. I noticed I had a lot of likes on it because I had 5 minutes. I had to test it, so I said something off the wall.
Remember.
And yeah, and you even.
And
said,
I was mad at you,
you
for smoking a cigarette. Because we're all like trying to get George healthy right now. But I know it just makes a statement.
Yeah.
It's like drinking a beer out of a cold bottle.
Yeah, because I get that. For me, that's my outlet while I'm ranting. I just puff on the cigarette. It's just what I do. And every time I'll light one. Yeah, kind of. Now it's become a prop. Yeah.
And
so
then
every
you
time I have to
stop
smoke
like
a cigarette.
this. You know.
Yeah, I'm always got it going in and out, but that's because I got to set up on a little makeshift thing that I had in my room. That's how I originally started it, and I was going to change it. I was going to start actually doing it from here, but you know what? I don't want to. Because
well, it's more real at home. It's not so plastic. Like coming into the station and saying, "Hello, here's the news
I'm
today."
On the microphone.
Ron Burgundy
I'm really
and I.
mad about this right now, and I feel that. No, I'm comfortable where I'm doing it, and whether they like what it looks like in the background, it doesn't. Once again, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's not for them. If it touches somebody and it helps them or pisses them off, that's fine. But it's not for them. It's for me. And if you feel touched by it or you feel mad about it, let me know. I'll be happy to answer that. But I have gotten a lot of shows out of this that people want me to talk about their issues.
I love how it could be coming home. If I get another doorbell knocker, that didn't make any sense. If I get somebody else knocking at my door and wants to take out the Bible and the guys on the bicycles.
Oh, you're talking about Jehovah Witnesses?
Yes, I believe so. I don't know.
Which I went off on that too.
Didn't really. I want to invite them in, turn on Hang With, have a seat, let's talk.
Right. I mean,
and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing.
You're doing. Yeah. You've got a conversation because after you air and it's streaming through on everybody's trends, you can comment and people are commenting and they're sharing. Yep. Now, people that weren't following you have now commented and it can keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that weren't following me before it's starting to blow up. And the weirdest thing, and this is what I always say, it's kind of funny to me because I can get on and I can be downright rude at times. I really don't care. I mean, I'll just tell it how it is. And if you don't like it, there's nothing I can do.
By the way, this is all new. I've been, we've done over 100 and something shows together and he is so polite and so kind. And all of a sudden, he boom.
Oh, boom. I just blew up. Yeah. And so I'll get on there and you'll have people that just kind of come in and I've gotten a lot of different likes on the rants I've done. But when I first got in my relationship, I had 200 people drop me.
Right.
It was a positive thing
in my life. If you go online and
Yeah.
you have friends and you drop those, like it's, yeah. He lost 200 friends.
200 friends when I announced that I was happy and in a relationship that I was happy with, I lost 200 friends on that. Now, since I'm going on telling everybody what I think of them, I've gained 300 friends. Amazing how that works, isn't it?
I'm kind of like in an opposite situation here. I'm not supposed to announce or talk or anything. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
And I guess that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just letting everybody know that, hey, we can do what we need to do.
Yeah.
We don't have to be afraid.
You can be yourself. You can announce it if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. This is your own front yard.
Yeah.
Look at your Facebook as your own front yard. When you don't like a comment, it's so easy. block
scroll right
them.
by.
Block them.
I do it all the time. I mean, I see
Yeah,
some stuff that I'm like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. But I scroll right by. I'm not gonna, if I feel the need to comment, I'll make a comment. If I don't, I just leave it go by. What is it doing to me? Nothing.
Well, it's affecting your personal life by your rants right now, and that's why you're on here today.
I'm on here just kind of letting people know to be yourselves. I mean, we've got enough fakeness going on out there. There's not enough
You're not
love
crazy.
going around.
You're just ready
I
to
might be
finally
crazy. I
start
don't know.
speaking.
I've been, I may have been certified if I go get checked. I don't know. It's possible. But I think what we should do is there's just not enough love going around. People are just so fake. They talk about love. They throw it around like it's absolutely freaking nothing, and it isn't. It's messing with somebody's life. If you tell somebody you love them and you don't really mean it and you're blasting the hell out,
They
you're
don't
messing with
show it. They're saying it. It's a word.
It's a word, right? And that's why I put the definition of love on my Facebook yesterday. I want to show everybody what it really means.
What does it mean?
Love, it depends. If you want the urban version, which I put up, or you want the regular.
I'm being warned. We don't have enough disclaimer for that one.
Yeah, that may not be. But, and the messed up part of it is they do have sexuality in there, which I can understand that sexuality may be a form of love. But to me, I think it should be separated. It is an expression, exactly right. The love I'm talking about is the caring that you care for people, whether it be your children, whether it be your significant other, whether it be
Well, love is an emotion.
Right.
Okay, here comes the the waking up in Vegas Tiffany here. Love is nothing but an emotion. You can love somebody one day and hate them the next. It is an emotion. Now you got to work on loving them again.
Right. But that's
because
the good thing about
hate, negativity, unfortunately, leaves more of a mark and an impact and a scar than love does.
Well, and that's...
I could tell you about all the broken hearts I've had and sadness and things that have happened to me in my life, but I probably couldn't go back and just be like, oh my God, remember this? It was so in love. That sunset was so gorgeous. Oh my God, it was the prettiest pink and orange. Oh. No, but I'll tell you about the time that I was left outside of a bar or something, stranded in the street. And the big fight somewhere, on Sunset Avenue. You feel more pain than you do feel love.
And that's another thing I think. It's like I said with the domino effect. Everybody says, well, you've learned from that. No. Sometimes you don't learn a positive from that. Sometimes you turn a negative from it. So not every time that someone breaks your heart or hurts you in there's a positive coming from this. No, that's called the domino effect. You can find somebody that's a good person and someone that's a bad person. They screw that good person over, that knocks that one down. We keep going down the line. Not every time is the time that you've been hurt or something. The positive way of looking at it is to say, well, I learned a lesson. You know what I learned from my last one? Duck shit. You know what I learned? That's what I learned. You know what I learned? I learned I could be hurt at 47 just as much as I was when I was 20. So sometimes there's not nothing positive to come from it. Maybe they're the ones that needed to learn the lesson. You just got the hurt from it, and that's all.
A relationship is a job. You have to wake up in the morning and go to work. Yeah. It is a job.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be fake in the job to keep it going.
Yeah. You do. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't go on
they call it unconditional love, which I think is bullshit once again.
I like that word.
It's nice to be able to be on his show for once. And I'm
say bullshit, because that's what I call it, bullshit.
Oh yeah, stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's no wonder I'm saying this word so much. It's not usually in my vocabulary.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of strange.
There's no such thing as unconditional love. There's always going to be a condition.
There has to be a condition. We're all human. I mean, to sit and pretend like there's unconditional love, like that. I got unconditional love for my child, then why are you beating their ass when they did something wrong?
Yeah.
That's not unconditional love, because you would be accepting that, right? Bullshit. It's not unconditional love. There is love. You just got to learn how to distribute it and how to feel it and remember how to feel. A lot of people forgotten.
Well, it's a job. You have to keep that emotion going.
Got to work at it.
Just like you're like psyched up, like Tony Robbins. Go, get him. Like if you're at work. Well, love is an emotion.
Yeah.
Same with hatred. If you're wanting to fight and you're in the ring and you want to like go pumped up and you got to feel that like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. It's the same thing.
You're willing to go to work every day and sit back and think, wow, I'll put that fake smile on just to make the dollar. But will you go home and compromise with the person you love just to keep the love going? No. But you'll do it for the buck, won't you?
No.
Great idea. Best way to work your life. My advice: keep
and
doing
then buy
it. Keep
their
fucking
love.
yourself up, because you'll love the ending. When you get a chance to look back the rest of your life, when you're sitting on your deathbed and you're going, "Wow, look how many people I've fucked over down the line," you're gonna feel real good about yourself, and hope you do.
Oh, it's getting hot in
Yeah,
here.
I'm getting a little sweaty myself. I get sweaty at the house. And usually right now I'm smoking a goddamn cigarette. But
I know. I'm like feeling it here. I'm wanting to smoke with him right
See,
now.
that's what happens.
Well, we're going to wrap up the show, make these a little bit shorter, and then come back on air again for you. We are training our board back here. Whoop,
The
whoop.
great Nakia is back with us here at All Talk Radio.
Yes, and Nikki and I will be doing some fun shows too. I'm excited about this. I'm
Georgie's
going
going
to
to be
learn the
taking a
boards.
vacation for a little while off and on. I'm not going to be here so much. I got some things I got to take care of in my life.
George, it's about damn time because over a year ago, George would never hand over anything to us. And he is trusting two crazy wild women with the keys to the station. Who knows where I'm going to be taking this next, which will bring you back to this. If you want to do some social media shows and blast them out through your social media or use mine, or his following, that should be a really interesting one, please get in contact with us. Best way to do that probably is to go through, where you're watching us right now and just send me a direct message and I will hook you up with Nikki and I in the station. And if you're lucky, maybe having a cigarette with George outside the station.
I'll smoke one.
Who knows? Who knows?
I like my cigarettes, and we even didn't even touch on that, but yeah, I've been diagnosed with possible cancer, and I smoke. You're goddamn right I do. You know what? I like my cigarettes, and it's like I said today, there's a billion things out there that are going to kill me probably.
Why don't we at least meet each other halfway on this?
Okay.
How about smoking spirit?
What's that? Oh, those.
Please.
Oh, wow.
They're
Those things
still
are
strong.
bad.
But guess what? Really, they're bad. You can at least get away from all the chemicals that Marlboro and people are putting in those cigarettes.
But that's the part I like, is the chemicals.
Oh, Lord God.
And that's the whole thing. I've tried. I got an electric cigarette. I started smoking off and on and stuff
No,
like that.
see,
but
those are-
they suck. Yeah,
It's still that like puffy kind of feeling. I get you.
Yeah.
I've been in nightlife for so long. I understand.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, let's just occasionally I'm going to start putting you over to natural.
The natural cigarettes, those spirit, those Indian cigarettes
Yes,
you're talking
yes.
about, the little
Don't you
Indian
be
guy
making
on them.
fairy no
I haven't
advice
tried one
Indians.
yet. Do they have good menthol? Because I like menthol.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they sure do.
Guess it's
Gina
the
smokes
chemicals.
them. Preston smokes them.
But then what I'll do is I'll make sure that I smoke the natural cigarettes while I eat my GMO food and sniff the chemtrails coming down.
Here he goes. Guys, thanks for listening to us.
Have fun.
And you can be following him on Facebook. George Carson. George. Funny. All right. Wow. You've got more comments than Sartine does.
Really?
So now I can just stop record.
Yeah. Just hit the record, and then what it'll do is it'll come
Save
up.
it.
Yeah. Exit out, and it'll ask you to save and just
Oh,
save
I
it.
have to close the producer?
Yeah. Close out the producer altogether.
Love you too.
And save, and just put the name.
Yeah, people think that I'm in porn because of my last name. How does masters mean porn? Do you want to know how I got that name? Being a webmaster.
Maybe that's why. Because of webmaster.
Somebody said he likes what you just said.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice nail polish. Thank you. I love you, Tiffany. You're so cool. Well, thank you, Kaylee. I'm doing pretty good today, Josh. I'm great, Anna. Yeah, it's a pretty dope app, huh? Mary, you. Jordan. Hi, John Orlando. Mwah, 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 mwah. Well, we still have 101 people here. I'm going to give you guys a behind-the-scenes look.
Yeah, this is behind the scenes. That's what it looks
It's not
like.
positive.
Huh?
You just want it as Ustream producer document?
Yeah, you can just save it as that, because when we do, we'll transfer it over.
Alright.
It won't let you put any slashes or dashes or anything like that. So
That's dumb.
I know, it's amazing.
Alright, we got this. Don't worry.
See?
There's Nakia.
We can do it, Nakia. We can
got
do it.
We got this.
Now what we need to do is find somebody to have Nakia. No, Nakia, you can just start it, and then we'll sit here one day and like do a broadcast just for you, George.
Oh, I like that.
Just for you, George.
Cool.
Wow, everybody's sending in all kinds of likes.
I'll
Thanks,
put all
guys. Thanks. See, it's that validation thing I'm telling you about. Now I feel cool because I got thumbs ups.
Apparently they like the show.
Because you're ranting. I needed to rant some more. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of like,
It seemed like you got out like everything you needed to.
you know why? This is why I always say save it for the camera.
What's the date? 10.
I was ranting. Today's the 1st.
Yeah.
10, 1,
Yeah.
15.
Because we were talking.
October's my favorite month.
Because we were talking earlier.
Actually, December in spirit is usually my favorite month because everybody thinks that they have to be nice. You know, Santa's watching and shit, probably.
Running the presents at the end if we don't. Hey,
but no, October, I really like it.
I do too.
You know, this is the first year in years and years and years I don't have anyone throwing me a birthday party. So everyone's like, where's your birthday? Because everyone's like waiting for it. It's a big deal in town, you know. There's last year they rented out Beacher's Madhouse on a Tuesday night. There were like 400 people that went. It was
crazy.
Fun, crazy.
I loved it.
It was an S&M thing. Hello.
That sounds fun.
50 Shades of Vegas.
Yeah, that little guys going across this.
Yeah, the midgets for Beacher's Madhouse was awesome. This year, all the venues don't have the same people running them, doing them. I'm like, I don't know where to go. And then my loved ones in my life haven't offered anything.
Right.
So I'm like, is it a surprise party?
Maybe.
It's weird though.
What if it's not?
And then everyone's asking. I'm like, I am going to Madonna after my birthday that weekend, but
The show? Cool.
Vogue. That's a bucket list to me. Yeah. But, and it's Preston's birthday too.
Yeah, because remember last year he got up on stage with you.
Yeah, I drug him on
was fun.
stage. Big Beyonce give me a lap dance.
Yeah.
No. She gave him the lap dance. And I was like, what's going on here? And then a midget with a pink wig and
Come over.
came out on a tricycle with a wig this big. And I know him, he's my friend Donnie. And he does an upside down, upside down and spreads his legs. And Preston's like, oh my God, you know, and I'm like, hee.
Right.
As I'm dressed in domination outfit on stage. Like, hey, this year I'm like, okay, Buffalo Wild Wings good for everyone?
Right.
How do you top that?
Low key.
Maybe it is a surprise.
I don't think so. Because I'm over here, I got invited to go see my girlfriend out of town, so maybe I'll just leave. But then, it's kind of funny. So did you learn it? Do you think are we ready to go? Do you want to do another 5-10 minutes of,
Do you want to
but let's cut it off so you can put it on Facebook.
We'll cut it down to a short. We'll do it less than. All we have to do is we'll have a cue from you. We'll have you let us know by counting at the top. Take it to about 10 minutes and give us like a 2-minute mark. So it would be about 12 minutes altogether. And then we can edit that and that goes straight up to Facebook Instagram.
Hi, Cosmo.
Hope you guys like the show. If not, I'll tell you like I tell everybody else. Fuck off. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
George's Facebook.
Yeah, go back into the Ustream producer.
You're itching for a cigarette.
How can you tell?
Oh, because he's holding his
go?
pockets like that.
You're like to the door and then you come back.
We'll go
and
out
you
with
to the
George
door.
having a cigarette.
Right. You remember the passwords and all that fun stuff.
All right, guys, we're going to be rebroadcasting again.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see you then.